Hi, welcome to the Rittners Floral School in Boston, Mass. I'm Dr. Steve Rittner, and it's a pleasure to welcome you into one of our classrooms today. The time of the year is summer, and I love the summertime because during the summer we enjoy barbecues, we enjoy eating out, we enjoy just walking around and enjoying the sun, summer sports, the beach. There's so many wonderful things. But along with those wonderful things, we have all kinds of amazing botanicals that become available to us at this time of the year. I think you guys are going to enjoy this brief inspirational video because our staff has been working very hard to give you some really cool examples of things you can do with some of the great botanicals that are available at this time of the year. And so let's get started. Here we have an amazing design. It's quick, it's easy, it's fun, which is typical of what we believe here at Rittners Floral, that floral designing can be quick, easy, and fun. A little bit of curly willow. 3 of our sunflowers, 1, 2, and 3. Sunflowers are definitely a summertime botanical, and we love them, especially at this time of the year. And then a couple of hydrangea. And that's it. Quick, easy, and fun. Place your branchy material, your sunflowers, your hydrangea, a little bit of either foliage or moss to cover your mechanics, and you've got an amazing design that can go in an entry area or possibly on a sideboard. What's better than that? And it definitely says summer. If you like sunflowers, here's another example of a very, very cool sunflower design. It does have a few other things too. We've got here a container. It's a silver container, could be used at any time during the year. And again, we're playing with summer botanicals that work very, very nicely here. If you look carefully, you've got all kinds of cool things in here. In fact, these designs practically design themselves because the materials make it so easy. We've got some of our sunflowers, one here, 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 another one of a slightly different variety over on the other side. It definitely says summertime. Some of our dahlias, absolutely amazing at this time of the year, worked in here. A leucadendron worked in the front, which gives us a little bit of contrast as a focal, and then some of our roses, which are popular throughout the year. The grassy material here is a very, very nice ornamental grass provided by the folks of blooming of Beloit, Wisconsin, and then to cover our mechanics, some of our green hydrangea worked through. This is the kind of design that, as far as I'm concerned, works very, very well in a kitchenette or dinette. This is the kind of thing I'd love to look at first thing in the morning. It's sunny, it's bright, it's optimistic. It just makes you feel so good when you see these things first thing in the morning. We've got a few other things here too that are very, very cool. Now, this design I think you guys are going to really like because this is a good example of all the different kinds of things that we can find available at this time of the year. I'm sure you have favorite containers that you like to use. We like these boat containers because they can be used for one-sided, they can be used for designs that are viewable all the way around. And this is a good example of a whole variety of different kinds of things that are available at this time of the year. We've got our sunflowers here and here and here. We've got our dahlias here and here and here and over here. We've got some of our green hydrangea placed over here. And the berries, these are absolutely amazing. These are Viburnum opulus berries. They are absolutely amazing. They're available through blooming of Beloit in Beloit, Wisconsin. They add a nice touch to our design as they're peppered here and here and a little here. Of course, roses. You never can go wrong with roses throughout the year. A couple of carnations, always a good standby. Some of our coneflowers here and there. A few leucadendron tucked in as well. It gives a really, really cool effect. And you'll notice we've got branchy stuff. Branchy stuff you never can go wrong with. This has become the new darling of our industry. If you want to give an interesting effect, a cool effect, and a counterpoint, use some branchy stuff. And this is curly willow that we've tucked in through the design. This is an amazing design that could work very, very nicely in terms of mantle decorations. It could work in an entry area. And it gives a very, very good feel for the beautiful flowers that are available to us at this time of the year during the summer. Well, we have a few more things for you to see, my viewer. Again, the idea is to give you some inspiration and to get you playing with different kinds of summer materials. And I think you're going to really like some of the other things that we have here on hand that we want to show you. Now, isn't this beautiful? A column. Very, very popular. This is around a 10 or 12-inch column that we have. And again, you'll notice the use of some of our summer materials in it. If you like the use of the flowers of summer, you definitely are going to like this one. The use of some of our sunflowers here and there, some of our dahlias here, here, and here. This is mountain ash berries, and again, an amazing product available through Blooming of Beloit. Some of our sedum flowers worked in here, very good keeping material. Our white hydrangea that works very, very well, and you never can go wrong with a few roses. Now, what I think is interesting about this particular design is it gives us different options, and it shows different options. We could just make something circular like this and have something that's really, really pretty that would work in an entry area. It would work in a bay window. I like it just as you see it here. But the advantage of this kind of design style is we can also make them bigger by adding just a few things coming up. In other words, we can make it a taller design through the addition of a few things, such as our curly willow, such as more leucodendron, such as more ornamental grass. In other words, this could be made like this here, and it's beautiful. Or you could even add to it, create more height. So you're getting a twofer. It's kind of like two different things in one. Isn't that beautiful? Now, while we're showing you things that can be done in glassware, you should be aware, I'm sure, that there are all kinds of different glassware available. And one of my favorite motifs in terms of glass containers are oval-shaped containers because you can do so much with them. And this is a good example of a lovely oval-shaped container, definitely bringing about our summertime motifs. Let's look at it because I think you're going to find this one an interesting one, my viewer. We've got here a combination of things. We have sunflowers here and here. Notice these sunflowers. And here's a good trick. When you get a sunflower that is nearing the end of its lifespan and the petals are starting to go, simply remove a few more petals, get rid of the ones that are on their way out, and then look what you have. You've got something that's really, really neat, and you can add that to your design, and it gives a whole different effect. Your sunflower takes on a whole new life now, and you can get a little more covered. So we got some sunflowers here. We have also some mountain ash here. Dahlias, you never can go wrong with dahlias. Dahlias are a very, very neat flower, and they definitely say summertime. And then we've got celosia. Celosia is available at this time of the year, and this is the plume variety that is very cool. Some sedum. And then curly willow shooting out here, and some that we've curved around and tied in and put in here. So you've got this amazing kind of angle that's coming down here. These designs are very easy to make. You could either start by starting with your curly willow, putting it in, celosia, dahlia, some mountain ash and sedum, and then your sunflowers and a little bit more mountain ash over in this direction, or you could work in the other direction. But they come together very, very quickly. They're very, very showy, and they'll impress the heck out of your family and friends. They are really a very contemporary and neat example of summer floral art. Now we have a few other things here. If we can do some neat things in terms of our glassware, we can also do some cool things in foam-based containers that give the feeling of more high style. And let me show you this one. This one is a neat one. It doesn't use a lot of material, but it definitely does give a very, very cool effect. You see a blue container, a tall blue cylindrical ceramic container. Very, very pretty. And definitely high style, linear in feeling. And it gives a very pretty effect. Again, to get across the concept of summer, we've got the sunflower here, the sunflower here. We've got some of our mountain ash here and here. Leucodendron worked here. Dendrobium shooting out here. You never can go wrong with your roses. And using some of our green hydrangea to cover our mechanics. Some ornamental grass. The neat thing about this one, doesn't take a whole lot of material. Uses a lot of negative as well as positive space in here. Definitely is with it. This would work very, very nicely, I think, in a bay window or in an entry area. It's quick. It's easy. These things are fun to do. They don't take too much material, and they are very, very showy. Our viewer, we're moving quite along, and we've got one more design we'd like to show you that I think you will find kind of neat. And the last design that I want to show you is we've got a very, very neat container here. It's a novelty container. It's a novelty container. If you look at it, it's got our little pink flamingo, and our little pink flamingo friend has a little summer hat. He has a pair of glasses. I'm not sure whether they're for reading or distance, but it's kind of cool. Notice that in this particular case, we've changed our palette we were playing with the kind of yellows and rusts and things, which can work fine in the fall, but can also work very nicely because of the materials during the summer. In this case, we're shifting more towards our pinks, our lavenders. We've got of course, our dahlias here and here and here and here. Some pink roses worked here. Some of our dendrobium orchids worked within. And we've got a lot of sedum that really fills the design up very, very nicely. A pink ginger for a little bit of contrast here. And to come up with, again, a little kind of a wild effect using the celosia that is available at this time of the year, works so nice. We couldn't help ourselves. We wanted to stick in something, and besides the ginger, that's more of a tropical exotic. So we've got some Psittacorum heliconia here, which to be sure are not pink or lavender, but give a very, very cool contrast and effect. So that you can see that when we're playing with summer themes, we can play with a variety of different colors and themes and motifs in our designing. Well, my viewer, what do you think? We've covered a lot of ground very, very quickly. The wonderful materials of summer. There are so many amazing things that we can play with, ranging from our dahlias, our sunflowers, our sedum, our leucadendron, our celosia. These things are just amazing, and they're fun to play with. We've been working very hard here at Rittners to come up with some examples of these things for you. We thank you for coming in and visiting with us today. On behalf of all of us here at Rittners Floral School, I'm Dr. Steve Rittner. Thanks for enjoying one of our continuing videos in our series of various kinds of fun with flowers that you can have using all kinds of materials and motifs.